Hey, this is Lord Potato, and this is what if Asta was the vessel of G.O.D, also known as God, from One Punch Man. Now, I know all of you are thinking, where's all the Naruto what ifs? Aren't you gonna do Naruto what ifs? Well, guess what? I bored the shit out of myself by just rewatching some Naruto what ifs. Mostly of mine. But can I say one thing? I think I'm gonna just discontinue the what's called Rengoku slash Kaza one. I'm thinking of just disconnecting it or just redoing it. I don't know. I just don't like it that much. And what I did for it, but fuck it. I might, I might just redo it. I might just, instead of doing Raikoku and Akaza together, I might just do them separately. But yeah, because now that I think about it, actually, I don't know. I might discontinue that or just redo it, just do it separately for those two. But yeah, I don't know. It's just Demon Slayer isn't one of my favorite what ifs, and I don't even know why I did that one when I barely even watched the anime. Like, I haven't even watched the goddamn anime of Demon Slayer. The only thing I have done for Demon Slayer or have known about Demon Slayer is the manga. Straight up, I just read the manga like 3-4 years ago. I don't remember how long it ended, but yeah, for the manga and all that. But that's the only thing I read on it. Pretty much anything else, I'm not. I don't know. But not the point. Let me go into this what if and let me shut the fuck up. But yeah, how would Asta become the vessel of God himself? Well, we go into Asta. After Asta defeating the, devil named Zagreus, after defeating him with the anti-magic abilities that he has. Yes, he defeated Zagreus, but there was a small problem. Small problem was rising up in a kingdom called the Clover Kingdom. So we begin into Asta being in trial. But yeah, of course, Asta is right now in trial, and of course, Nero, the bird, also known as the girl, also known as Scarlet something, I forgot her goddamn name fully, but of course, she disappeared, transformed into a bird, and left Asta there. Of course, Asta was shocked because, he tries to explain himself, but of course, he couldn't. But of course, he still had, Asta still had his anti-magic book with him and all that. But of course, this is where he explains the devils and all that. And of course, this is where none of the nobles believe him. Even the king doesn't believe him half this time. Of course, he then sees Mary actually trying to be attacked by the nobles and all that. Of course, this is where Asta show off his black mode. Of course, also did tell Mary to kind of leave, like run away. Of course, she does. But of course, she's scared for Asta's sake. Of course, this is where, okay, I'm saying of course way too many times. Change my fucking words. Whatever. But, yeah. So, Asta is right now being, taken, mostly his magic isn't erased because it's anti-magic. He can't really erase anti-magic unless you have anti-magic. Probably. I wonder if that actually counters each other out. Whatever. It's like two negatives makes a positive, probably. But, I don't know. Of course, Asta is right now he gets out of his black mode because he's not trying to hurt anyone. But of course, he is arrested by the nobles, by mostly the guards and all that. And of course, Asta's grimoire is taken by, what's it called? Not Dom. What's it called? Kira. And of course, Kira says, I see, so you are a devil. You should now be executed 2 weeks from now. This is we go into Asta in the 2 weeks. Mostly 2 weeks later. This is where, Asta has been in prison. And he kind of got some food occasionally. Blech, I don't know why I'm fucking up on my words. Occasionally. Of course, there's the guards looked at him with despise and just despise anger in their eyes because, he's the problem. He's the root problem, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're basically blaming it on Asta. Of course, Asta can see one thing. He isn't the root problem of how the fuck everything transformed. It was basically the elves, but mostly the devil named Zagreus, but people would just love to blame it on those who are different. And of course, Asta can see this. Of course, Asta, he doesn't break out because Asta is still trying to explain himself and other things, but of course, people won't listen to him. So of course, after 2 weeks pass, we go into Asta being on a top of like this wooden kind of like tower and all that. And of course, two people to the side of him with two great swords and all that. Of course, Asta's kind of sit down, well, mostly kneeling down and all that. And of course, the king is right now saying, "Ha ha, my people! Here lies the devil of who caused all your suffering and pain. Those who you love lost your loved ones and others, etc., etc." So yeah, you know how the king is, but yeah, he's trying to just get the people improvement and not look up to Julius and all that. Of course, Julius can't get down there because, well, he's a child still, but yeah. Of course, this is where someone in what's it called, Julius' mind is right now looking at this and saying, I see, so the anti-magic is going to be executed. I would have needed him. But then again, I'm going to have to get Lucifer, well, not Lucifer, Lucifero's heart somehow. Yeah, whatever. I'll figure that out. Well, goodbye, anti-magic boy. Now you won't be a problem to me later on. So what? Julius is right now saying, no, Asta. This is where Yami's right now being contained by the other captains, so he wouldn't go in blind rage and try to kill Kira, but yeah. Of course, all of what's called Asta's kind of like, not group members, his like Black Bull other members and all that, tries to help him, but of course the other like squads are stopping them. This is where Magna is right now sending multiple fireballs, but of course this is where, someone with an earth wall stops him. Mostly a mud wall. And this is, Soy. This is where Magna says, get the fuck out of my way before I blast you to hell. Soy says, you know you mans are very, very, how should I say, atrocious. This is where, Magna says, you want fuck you, bitch. How about blow your fucking brains out? This is where, Luck is saying, damn it. He's trying to get towards what to call Asta, but of course, this is where, Leopold actually appears saying, sorry, Luck. And tries to kick out Luck. Of course, Luck manages to dodge and says, what are you doing? Aren't you, Asta's rival? This is where, Leopold say, sorry, but this is only a command from the king. I can't really stop myself from, I wish I could help him, but I can't. This is where, Asta's seen his Black Bull members being attacked by the other squads, and of course this is where Ghost would help Asta, but of course is right now protecting Mary from any of the nobles who dare try to annoy her. So yeah, of course this is where Gordon's trying to help, but that's where Asta sees them all like trying. Of course this is where he doesn't see Noelle, which he's confused. But this is where Noelle and, appear, but not to help Asta, but to actually stop the Black Bulls. This is where the Black Bulls are wide in their eyes in shock. This is where, you notice right now in this kind of form, of course, it's Wind Spirit form, while, Noelle's in the same. This is where Asta sees betrayment, anger, rage, despair, all of it, just right in front of him. Noelle, who he thought was actually amazing, a good person, all that in heart, and then seeing his brother, or somewhat brother, betraying him and not actually helping him, stopping this. No. That's what, we go into someone up in the sky, right now kind of appearing on the moon, just walking on the surface, sitting down and looking at a Pacific person, saying, what a good person. A good person with a kind heart. Strong at the same time. My perfect vessel. We go back into Asta. It's short. Asta is seen, a swords to swing down. Of course, the king says, begin! This is where it will. The two executors start swinging their swords down. This is where Asta, he sees, life. Life flash between his eyes and all that. This is where he smiles, a very cheerful smile, and says goodbye, everyone. He can't use his what's called Black Clover, or not Black Clover, Black Bull, not Black Bull, Black Mode Asta, because, well, he doesn't have his anti-magic, and he still hasn't learned how to, well, add anti-magic to his body, because he hasn't learned that still. But yeah, because he doesn't have the Grimoire or any of the swords. This is where Yami says, no! This is where, well, Asta says, goodbye, world. Of course, this is where, well, we fade into black. We fade into black. After Asta's body was actually cut down, it actually turned to ash. This is where everyone was confused. This is where both of the executors were confused, thinking that was the sword enchanted with some kind of fire ability. Of course, the king was right now celebrating and saying, yes, his double body was destroyed. He turned to ash. See, people, devils will turn to ash after you cut their heads off. This is where, well, Asta was no longer in this world, no longer in this universe. Actually, he was no longer in this universe, which is confusing. He should have went either to heaven or hell, but he didn't. It's like if he vanished, teleport to another world, teleport to another universe, teleport into another dimension. He was no longer into the 2D dimension. He was gone. He was entirely gone. The being that was up on top of the moon was also gone. It seems we fade into white. Of course, we go into Asta. Asta opens his eyes, and of course, Asta is confused. He says, where am I? Of course, he gets up, and of course, where, well, it's like a pile of flowers he's all around, white flowers. So where, well, Asta is looking in, well, behind him before looking in front of him. This is where he sees something big, like a mountain, and then another mountain, like really big. This is where he looks all the way up. He sees the sky is red, but the one thing he just sees right in front of him is a being, a colossal, this titan, huge person, very huge. So big that he can legit be as tall as, well, the universe, which is confusing. Asta's confused. Of course, Asta says, what the hell? Who the hell are you? Of course, Asta doesn't know if he's dead or not. It's where this colossal titan, he has like some kind of like showing some fleshy, yes, like fleshy bones, like similar to humans and all that. But it kind of had vines, moss, and other stuff like stone and other things, bones. But it was confusing. It was like he was made out of everything, but yet made out of nothing. Asta was confused. This is where this being talks. Hello there, Asta. This is where, well, Asta says, what? Who said that? Well, you're looking at it, or looking at me, and specifically asking you. This is where, well, Asta says, what? Who are you exactly? Where am I anyway? Oh, don't worry about that. That's where Asta says, don't. Why? How am I not going to be able to worry about this? Where am I exactly? This is where we fade into white. And of course, Asta was confused because he blinked once, and of course, it worked. Well, he right now appears right in front of, well, Sister Lily. But Sister Lily wasn't normal. She says, Asta, you're here. She kind of like tries to grab Asta's arm, and Asta was confused. He steps back because, well, and one was called when once when Sister Lily kind of got close, her face didn't actually show to be her actual face. Her blue eyes were gone. It shows to be this kind of grotesque face of God. This is where, well, we fade into white again, and now that Asta is seeing Yami, but not Yami entirely, it's God's face. We go into multiple people until Asta just like, stop! He's right now angry, enraged for the two people that he saw, and just so much, well, not two people, he saw so many people that he hated so much. First, it was what's called Noel, not Yami, you know, even what's it called, father overseas and other people, he kind of got bad memories. Every time he kind of saw these people, he got good memories. Some good memories, some was actually terrible memories. He doesn't know what's happening, but he just screams out, "Stop!" This is where it stops. And the thing he sees right now in front of him is himself. His self. But this self of his doesn't show his face, but shows God's face. Asta says, "What the hell do you want? Clearly you're not an angel or a devil, are you? Because I would have been either sent to hell or heaven. Where am I? This isn't the void. I should be sent to death realm or anything." "Oh, you think those things exist, do you?" "Well, it does, but in your dimension, in your universe, in this place, I exist. I am a multi-universe level threat. I should also mention that we're no longer in your 2D dimensional place." Also says, "What are you talking about? 2-dimensional what?" This is where God says, "Let me explain. We are in the 5th dimension. The 5th dimension world." Also says, "What are you talking about? I don't understand. What is this place?" Like I said. But you're still too incapable of knowing everything. So, how about it, vessel? Well, he doesn't say vessel, he says, "How about it, kid? I'll give you power. In just some conditions you would just give me." Asta seems to hesitate, and right now, just hesitating towards God. And of course, Asta says, Why will you even help me? Truly, I was the cause of everything. Why would God, you, or whatever you are, help me? Because I can see from your eyes it's full of hatred, despair, regret, and other things. Don't you want power to show those who were, well, proven that you were evil? Well, prove those that those false rumors of you being evil was actually true. Prove to them that they were weak to yourself. Come on, just take my hand. Asta hesitated for another second, and of course, Asta then just thought of it odd, but realized he doesn't have much thing to lose. He's already dead. He's in this world, dimension, or whatever it is. 5th dimension he is. Yes, God is in the 5th dimension. Well, mostly in One Punch Man, okay? In the One Punch Man world, yeah. And of course, Asta says, fine. This is where Asta grabs God's hand. And of course, this is where God, well, mostly it was his own hand, like Asta's own body, mostly that God was in. But right now, God transformed back into his normal body, showing this grotesque kind of body. This is where, God, even if he had a face, he grinned with this evil smirk. Of course, Asta didn't fully touch his hand. It was only like tap it and try to like think it was a bad idea. He kind of regrets it a little bit, but this is where, a flash of light actually appears. A very bright flash of light. This is where, we go into, Asta. Asta is now back into his dimension. Asta's confused. He was no longer into that dimension. Was he dreaming the whole time? He's confused because he felt like if it was a dream. He felt real, dream, fake. He doesn't know what was happening. Was that all a dream? Did he die? Or did he dream all about this? He looks up, sees the sky is still blue and not red, sees that he's in a kind of, not in a flower biome, but just full of grass, sees a river passing by, and this is where Asta, he decides to go to the river, of course falling down, because he feels weird, but of course he falls down, and of course gets up, and looks into the river, just to splash water into his face and all that. This is where when Asta splashes water, Asta looks at him confused. Look at himself confused. Look at the face. It's confusing. Because he no longer looks as his original self. He looks completely different. Let me say it again. Complete different. He has kind of palish white skin. Yes, that's an interesting type of skin he has, but yeah. His eyes are completely different. They're no longer green, a bright emerald green, but instead of a crimson red. Well, somewhat crimson red. It looks to be crimson red and blue, but also mixture up to be purple. But yeah, it has a star, a cross, a divine cross in his eye, like a star. Think of it like either Morty Jim's eyes or what's called Margin Park's eyes. But yeah, of course it worked. Well, Asta's hair is no longer white or grayish or whatever. It's black, but confusing to him. Something is different from his hair. It kind of shows to kind of have like this black hole kind of texture in it. Like it's just purely black. It's pitch black. But of course it's like the black hole on top of it, but with galaxy stars on it, just glowing. Of course, Asta doesn't know what's happening. This is where he looks at his hands entirely and sees that they are no longer what's it called, just hands. He thought they were going to be palish white, but claws. These kind of like black, kind of like, well, not reddish, like purplish claws appears. So it kind of looks like this, what he's in right here. Of course, he's wearing a black jacket, black pants, and yeah. Of course, this is where Asta's confused. It's where, well, Asta has horns also, which confuses him a lot. But he doesn't care. He gets up, feeling stronger, more powerful than normal. So powerful that he can take on the world. Which confuses him a lot. But yeah, of course, Asta, he gets up after kind of looking at the water. He gets up and just decides to touch the water with his finger again. And this is where he evaporates the water. He evaporates the whole river. This is where, Asta says, what? I feel stronger. Much more powerful. I should also mention that there's a crown right now floating around Asta's head. This reddish crown. But yeah, of course, this is where, Asta does have wings. These kind of crimson red wings behind him. But yeah, Asta says, I feel so much more powerful. Stronger. This is where, he does, what's it called, have sharp white teeth, I should mention. He does have them, like, being sharp and all that. He's like, I feel so much stronger. So much powerful. I can rule this world. I can slaughter all those people that doubted me. He falls down to the ground. Right now, the ground transforms into ash. The dirt itself cracks and rips because the ground is right now decaying also. That's where I also say I feel so much more powerful. I now have so much knowledge about this world. This is my world. I'm no longer in that 5 dimension, 4 dimension, whatever the hell it is. This is my dimension. His eyes are right now telling him everything. So what? Asta then deactivates an ability from his eyes. Just after finding out how to deactivate them, Asta says, this place, this is my world. And so Asta walks away from the river, and the place he kind of just transformed into ash. But yeah, of course, Asta just starts walking away. That's where Asta starts now grinning with this evil smirk. This is good. This is really good. Power. I feel so much more stronger, powerful, and I can destroy anything. Well, it's time to go after some people. Some people that doubted me. This is where a reddish glow appears around us, but of course dissipates, and right now just thins. This is where, we go into, 4 months of everything passing. Well, mostly since Asta's death. Asta came back in 4 months, but yeah. This is where when Asta kind of appeared back into the world. Yeah, it was actually 4 months ago since his death. We go into Asta. Right now, just walking around, seeing the beautiful world. His eyes, seeing it all being beautiful. But right now, the ground underneath him just turns to ash. Mostly the leaves and other things. And so Asta's walking around. And of course, people saw him, and this is where, it was just these villagers, and this is where they say, "Devil! Devil!" This is where they scream at Asta. And this is where Asta says, "Devil, you say?" This is where Asta's teeth sharpen more. And saying, "Yeah, devil!" This is where, these kind of villagers were not from the Clover Kingdom. He was actually in the Diamond Kingdom. And this is where he blast them and obliterate them from hell. This is where, oh, this is so much fun. This is so much fun. This is where, he destroys that village. And of course, he's walking around without a care in the world. He's right now sticking his tongue out. Right now being happy. This is where, he managed to go to a kingdom, and this kingdom was right now in just pure destruction and chaos right now, and it was in disarray thanks to, a devil named Zenin, or also his devil named Bazil, or whatever the hell it's called. But of course, Bazil or whatever, and of course, Zenin saying, "These weaklings couldn't even defeat me. Surely, these are the shining generals." Pathetic. It's for Asta. He goes down the crater, and of course he looks at, Zenin. Zenin turns around and sees Asta. Right now he's confused because he didn't sense Asta at all. But Asta seems to be like a devil. And this is where, he's already in union form. This is where, Zenin does jump back and does send his bones at Asta. This is where Asta looks at it, and this is where the bones are about to hit him until they dissipate. They just turn to ash. This is where Asta says, "Oh, interesting. Bone magic. I'm very interested in that." That's where, he's right now just licking his teeth. This is where Zenin is confused. He right now goes into double union, and of course, he's only at like 75%. Well, not 75%, 50%. Bazil does tell him that it's confusing because he doesn't sense the devil or disguised magic entirely. It's confusing. But he does look like he's a devil, and he's in double union. He doesn't know how long this person has been in double union, because if he has been for much longer, he should have right now cancer or something like that. And so Zenin says, "Who are you? Are you from the, Spade Kingdom? Tell me your rank. Tell me which are you from the Dark Disciples? Or are you from another kingdom, like say the Heart Kingdom?" But that wouldn't make any sense. The only thing that's in the Heart Kingdom would be curses. Thanks to, my sister. This Diamond Kingdom would makes absolutely no sense. Because how would I not be able to sense you? And there's no way in hell you're from the Clover Kingdom. Because I would have also heard of a devil in the Clover Kingdom. That's where he right now pauses and then thinks about the boy named Asta who's in the Clover Kingdom. But he got executed 4 months ago. Prior to this meeting right now. He is confused because what he heard from a spy in the Clover Kingdom was that, the devil user named Asta, who was able to use a devil contractor, or was a devil contractor or whatever, was able to have this devil. Of course, he was executed prior 4 months ago, but of course, he was turned to ash. His body just transformed to ash and just flew into the wind. Of course, it was not made out of magic or whatever. He was confused because no devil user or being devil contract or whatever, getting their head cut off, they would just manage to regen that shit. And they won't be able to turn to ash. Even if they get cut in the heart, they just dissipate. Not transform to ash. This is where Asta is looking at, Zenin and says, "What are you thinking there? Are you thinking that I'm a boy named Asta? Oh, I should mention I can read your mind." It's where Zenin is confused. Asta says, "Oh, so you're talking to your devil. What an interesting sight to see." But I don't care. Asta rushes at Zenin with blinding speed. Right now punching him in the stomach, launching his ass straight into multiple walls. He's smashing just like a rag doll. This is where Asta says, he falls backwards, and of course, he just lands perfectly fine. He's like, this is so much fun. This is where Asta, from his corner of his eye, saw some Clover Magic Knights, and that was Magna and Luck. Well, not Luck, it was Magna and, well, Finra. This is where, well, Magna is right now keeping his mouth shut because he doesn't know what's happening. These two W's are right now fighting in the Diamond Kingdom after seeing one of them just demolish and destroy the whole, what's it called, Diamond Kingdom. That's what, well, I'm also saying, Magna Senpai. Maybe I should talk to him. Nah. Asta gets up, of course, well, the double name is, almost the double username, Zen rushes at him. Right now, right now putting him in a spatial time, what's it called, magic barrier around him. Mostly like a box, a cube. And this is where, well, Zen sends bones from each of, what's it called, like this box is kind of like a portal and all that. And of course, just bone spreads out just through the box. And so, well, Asta sees this, and of course, all of it just turns to ash. And of course, this is where a huge bubble barrier appears around Asta, like a reddish barrier. And of course, just melts the dimension, the what's it called, spatial box and all that. This is where Asta says, you know, it's very interesting that you can do something like that. I wonder if I can do that also. Asta right now transformed his hand into multiple bones spreading out. And this is where Zenin says, how? No! That's complete. How can you, this is where, well, Asta says, ching! This is where a bubble around him appears, mostly around Zenin. Zenin says, what? How? This is where, well, the portal appears next to Asta, mostly to his like left side, and this is where bone just spreads through that portal. Right now, stabbing around Zenin. Of course, these bones are made out of black and red. They look to be kind of ash, mostly like ash with like ember color in it. This is where, well, Zenin coughs up blood. Of course, he managed to get out of the kind of like bubble and all that after it was let go. And of course, he tried to fly up. This is where Zenin is right now extremely hurt. He is confused, shocked, and just surprised about this person. Asta says, whoa, where are you going, buddy? We haven't even finished our fun. You can't leave me now. This is where Asta's wings just decides to fade, puts back into his back and all that. It looks like it fade out of the way. This is where Zenin sees that this is an opportunity and starts kind of flying away. Seeing that this is bad enough, he can go fight him in full power, but he needs to get away from Asta. Seeing that Asta's form is actually fading away. Asta's face right now seems to be saddened. And seeing Zenin fly away further and further. Until he cracks a grin. A massive, white and evilish grin. Right now wings spreads from his back. And he flies towards Zenin in high speed. Saying, where do you think you're going? I swear, Zenin widened his eyes, and right now his back is smashed to the ground with no hesitation. Zenin is smashed to the ground like a rag doll. He's right now coughing up blood. He is shocked. He then goes into 75% because there's no way in hell he's going to be able to survive this if, well, he doesn't use full power. So, well, he's saying, Bozell, do you think I can use any more of your power? No, in hell. Not in hell chance. Unless we were able to kind of separate the barrier of the, you know, how the portal of devil and all that underneath. If that was open, then I would have given you 100%. Problem is, we need Yami Sukanera and also, I forgot his name, I think it's Sukanera. Oh, I'm gonna fucking just say Sukanera. Of course, also, Williams. The World Tree in the Dark magic user. That's what Asta says. You need the tree magic user and the dark magic user? What happened if I slaughtered them? Does that make you angry enough for you to actually go full power now? Zenin won his eyes. He's seeing that Asta's right now just thinking of just slaughtering both of those two that he just thought of. And talk to his double. This is where our double is just right now narrow his eyes dirty. I wasn't called Asta, even if he could. Asta looks at with the devil. And this is where a portal appears. And this is where Asta didn't hesitate and grabbed the devil out of it. and that is Belzo, or whatever it's called. He just grabs him from the neck and just threw him out of to the human world. Belzo is right now shocked and confused. This is where Zenon is also shocked. This is where Asta says, "Why are you giving me such a dirty look? You know I should slaughter you for giving me such a dirty look." Belzo is shocked. He is shocked because he was in the devil world, and now he's in this human world. He is completely shocked. Who the fuck is Asta? Because completely, he's not a devil. He is confused because Asta would have had dark wings and devilish wings, but they look to be angelous, like a very angelic angel or whatever. This is where, well, but they're red. They're crimson red. This is what Asta says, "What are you looking at? Is there something in my face?" I should also mention that Asta is no longer, well, 5'1" and all that. He is actually taller than that. He looks to be 6'1". Asta says, "Do I have something in my face?" It's where Asta kind of just stick out his tongue. It's longer and all that. And he looks around, mostly his teeth and all that. And then kind of uses his saliva just to rub around his face and all that. Thinking that he has something in his face. And then somewhere, well, Asta says, "Don't have anything in my face. Maybe we can change that and make it your blood." Asta right now licks his teeth again. Right now with the sinister look. And so, well, both Belzo and Zen are right now next to each other. And this is where Belzo decides to actually go into double union into with Zenon. Full 100%. This is where, well, he goes into 100%. And this is where, well, 4 people notice this. Or not 4. 3 people notice this. And that is Lucifer, who's right now in what's called the underworld, because he is shocked to even realize that Belzo's outside. How the fuck did he get outside? And right now he's in fusion union with his devil. That's where, well, Vanica, I think that's her name. Yeah, Vanica and also Dante noticed that, well, Zenon's right now full double union, but there's a problem. The fucking gate of the underworld is still locked. How the fuck is he able to go 100%? And how the fuck is this devil even out here? And the last person that notices is, well, none other than, what's it called, Lucas, who's right now in Julius. He says, he looks at himself for a second. He's still inside as a soul and all that, and he thinks about it. How the fuck? Of course, the word Magnus right now just shitting himself. He's shitting bricks out here. Even when I what's it called, Finner wasn't with him. He was mostly alone, and he's seeing what's it called this like person right now with mana power and all that. But this one person took out that devil anyway in the first place. He's confused who the fuck this person is. This person doesn't look nothing like Asta. Palish white skin, black hair, black long hair I should mention. Well, not that long. It's mostly the same height, but of course it's black, pitch black. But kind of looks like to be a black hole, and of course having twinkly stars and all that. As far as Asta's eyes are completely different. They're no longer emerald color, but a crimson reddish color. With a white kind of like star looking like. But yeah, it looks like a cross or whatever. That's where Asta says, well, we can probably finish this battle, such a thing. Asta keeps licking his like teeth and even tongue. I mean not tongue, mostly lips. And this is where, well, Zenon says, do you think you can just stop me? I'm now 100% my devil. I don't care how strong you are, but you won't defeat me. That's where he says, bone style, bone tsunami. This is where multiple bones appear around what's it called, Zenon, making a tsunami right now, trying to crash into Asta. Asta sees this and right now grins this evil smile, saying, yes, more. That's where, oh, Asta right now sees this, and this is where he actually copies the same thing, saying, let me show you something that I wanted to always know. It's called modes. This is where, well, Asta right now transforms his face into what's called Zenon's face, both the Devil Union one. This is where, well, Asta says, bone tsunami. This is where he uses the same attack, but this time it's the same color bones as what's called Zenon's bones. This is where they both crash in. A tsunami of bones and a tsunami of bones crashes in together. This is where, well, Zenon then uses his double magic spiritual box around Asta. This is where Asta makes a spiritual box around, well, Zenon. Zenon and Asta are right now looking at each other. Asta's right now grinning with Zenon's face, while Zenon is looking with this kind of motionless face, but at the same time just confused me. The fuck from Asta. How? Why? How the fuck can he do this? Asta, he looks at Zenon, and of course, well, he just pokes the bubble. Pokes a box, a spatial box. He just pokes it once and destroys. Zenon tries to poke the box and it didn't really work. Instead, Asta went into the same box as Zenon. This is where Asta says, hello. This is where, well, Zenon winds his eyes, but this is where he gets punched in the face. But instead of breaking out of the box, he just bounces around the box. Bing, bing, bing. He's like a fucking, what's it called? I want to say bouncy ball. Yeah, he's like a bouncy ball just smashing around the box. But yeah, this is where Asta grabs him from the face. Mostly just stops him by grabbing him from the face. And then smash him through the box. Right now, smashing to the ground. This is where Zenon says, bone piercing armor. This is where he sends multiple bones from his body. But these are just sharper than normal. And they hit Asta. Of course, it doesn't do jack shit to Asta. Asta just crashes his leg upon Zenon. This is where Zenon goes, he is shocked, horrified, and right now knowing nothing. He is knowing one thing. He's getting himself fucked up by Asta. But one thing is confusing to him is that how is Asta able to just fuck him up so easily? He doesn't know who's Asta, well, this person exactly is, because Asta hasn't shared his name and all that. Asta says, hey buddy, what would happen if I kill you? What happened if I slaughter you and your siblings? This is where Asta was whispering into his ear. Because then they tried to move up his body and his legs and all that, or even hand and all that, but they're pierced down by bones. Asta has right now in this battle, but of course is whispering to his ear. So softly, but so sinister at the same time. This is where, well, Zenon looks at him with just this anger look in his eyes. Then he thinks about it and says, you probably won't be able to defeat my brother Dante. Oh, are you sure about that? And I kill you and take your head. And kill your devil and take his heart. I make sure I piss off Lucifero and Dante. And you know what's one more thing I want to do? Is I won't kill your sister. I'll make her mine. This is what Zenon tries to use his bones, and this is where, well, they are actually destroying an instant. Of course, this is where, what's it called, Zenon right now has a giant hole through his chest. Ow. That's a smile saying, oh. And don't worry about your last brother. What was his name? Lucas. I'll end his life also. This is where, well, Asta has this evilish grin. This is where, well, Zenon is seeing the light flash between his eyes. He is dying at such a high pace. His body is right now decaying and racing. This is where, well, after Zenon's body fully decayed, what shows up is Bezo. And Bezo tries to attack Asta, but of course Asta rips both of his arms off. Saying, whoa, what are you doing? What? Are you angry that I kill your host? The only one that will actually bind with you? Why so angry at me? This is where Bezo tries to swing multiple arms at Asta, but of course all of them are ripped off. So Asta says, yo, come on. It's not that hard for me to slaughter you. What's wrong, buddy? So, well, so tries to get up and says, I won't die. This is where Lucifer appears, saying, how the hell did you get out here? Whatever. Since you're out here, I'll have to take control of your... This is where, well, Asta sees the little bubble that appears around, what's it called, Bezel, and it was Lucifer. And this is where, well, not Lucifer, Lucifero. And this is where Asta flicks his head, flicks the bubble, destroying it in an instant. This is where Lucifero is pushed out of what's it called, Bezel's mind. And of course, mostly body. So Asta says, whoa, slow your fucking horses. I'll slaughter you later. This is where Asta tries to get up, and of course he stomps down to the ground by Asta, and of course this is where Asta rips out his heart. That's where Asta says, "I'll be taking this. Don't mind about it, or don't mind about it, and don't worry about it." Asta kind of like smack his fingers together, and of course just snap them. And this is where Basil is right now cut into a million pieces, shredded, and of course is right now his physical body is right now just dissipating from ever being able to come back. But yeah. So Asta just puts the heart into this black cube that appeared right in front of him. He puts it in, of course, and he then puts in what's called, Zenon's head into it also. Yes, before kind of seeing the whole body disappear, Asta just reforms Zenon's body and his head, mostly just his head. His body can go fuck off, but yeah. Asta smiles and says, "What an interesting day." "Don't you think," Asta then screams it out loud, "don't you think it's an interesting day, Clover Guard, or not Clover Guard, Clover Squad person?" This is where, Magna wanted his eyes, and where before he's able to even run away, Asta appeared right in front of him. Asta says, "Shh, shh, shh." Asta put his finger towards, or his long kind of blackish finger, kind of reddish and all that, put into what's it called, Magnus' lips, and shh, 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 shh. "Shush, little human. If you scream, run away, or try to leave the Diamond Kingdom, I will slaughter you. Don't go. Just enjoy the show. I promise I won't slaughter you." Asta right now grins this evil, sinister kind of grin, but yeah. So what? Magna wanders eyes. That's where Asta disappears in an instant. Reappears on top of the kingdom, the leftover what's called kingdom site and all that. That's where Asta goes towards the kingdom, and of course where Asta's walking around, seeing some what's it called. He opens the door and all that of the kingdom and all that, and what he sees is the King of Diamond, and that is what's it called, still alive and all that. His what's it called, daughter. Of course, this is where Mars is there, and even Lothros and other people. Of course, the scientist is gone. The scientist left a while ago, but yeah. Of course, there were civilians are scared. Who the hell is this person? Why does he have double wings? That's to say, that's where one person shouting, "Devil!" That's where the king says, "A devil's here. Damn it." That's where before the person tries to kind of run away and just get away from the devil, he gets his head blown off. Oh, shut up for a second. I don't like being called a devil. So let's go for something else. What will give you fear that isn't devil? Black hole. This one, Asta says, "You can call me Black Hole. I will be able to turn all your lives into a misery. So, who's up for it?" That's why before Asta can even say anything any further, Diamond Sword smashes into Asta, onto his head, pierces through his head, hitting his brains and pierces to the other side. Asta falls down to the ground. That's where Mars says, "Don't you dare do something like that, devil." This is where the Princess of Diamonds right now hiding behind her father, saying, "Father, what do we do?" That's where the king says, "We will kill the devil, of course." But luckily Mars did. This is where they hear laughter, and of course this is where Asta gets up. Right now, like lifting up his head, saying, "Wow, that's interesting." Asta grabs his uses his left hand to grab his head, mostly pull out the diamond sword just right now and stabbing through it, and just take it out, saying, "You think you can kill me? Sorry, but a black hole doesn't die that easily, does it?" Asta says, "Black hole pull." That's where he pulls in Mars, and of course Asta, he doesn't actually kill him, but whisper into his ear, saying, "Hey Mars, been a while. I won't kill you. Instead, I want to make a deal with you." This is what Mars won his eyes and understands. Asta doesn't want to slaughter him because he still shares him as a friend and all that. A person. He also does for Magna, but he just wanted to scare Magnus like fucking lights out. But yeah. But of course, it went well. Mars nodded, and that's where, well, Mars goes up to the king, and the king says, "What are you doing, Mars?" It's where, well, Mars looks at the king, with his eyes being cold. This is where, well, the princess says, "What are you doing, pet?" This is where, well, the king actually gets stabbed through his heart by a diamond sword. This is where Lothar says, "Mars, what are you?" This is where, well, the other shining generals are smashed down to the ground, even Lothar. And this is where, well, or whatever his name is. This is where, well, Mars says, "I'm sorry, but this is only good for the kingdom." This is where, well, Mars takes the crown of the king and says, "I will become the next ruler." This is where the princess says, "But I will be." This is where, before she even says anything, a sword is almost hitting her in the neck, but not killing her entirely. This is where, well, it's Mars' sword. This is where, well, the princess says, "Why? Why will you kill my father? You're shining just what?" Well, Mars says, "As king at the first time the ruler of this world, or ruler of this country, the old princess will marry the person standing right in front of her." It's what, well, she widens her eyes and looks at Asta. Asta looks at her with this just kind of charming look, somewhat. It's what, well, she looks at him with disgusted eyes. Of course, I should mention that she is the age of 16, also the same, but yeah. Asta says, "She's hurting my feelings. King Mars, she's hurting my feelings. Can we propose, have an alternate way for you becoming king?" That's where Mars says, "I can try to. Well, then if you don't want her, I'll execute her." That's what, well, the princess says, wait. We can talk about this, Mars. So where, well, Asta says, she is really kind of cute, I'll say. So yeah, we could talk about this. Making deals are pretty interesting, don't you think, Mars? Yeah. So where, well, Asta says, well, I should be going though. You can keep her doing whatever. I'll come back later just to have her. Also right now grins this evilish smirk, but yeah. This is what, well, the princess right now be quiet, but yeah. This is what, well, Mars says, "I understand then you must leave. Go ahead and head on." This is where, well, Asta right now disappears in the blink of an eye and disappears back, well, goes back into the world and sees, well, Magna already gone. Asta says, "Wow, he's leaving in high speeds." This is where Magna is right now on his, what's it called, Death Rider, whatever the hell it's called. And of course, well, he's right now just blasting almost to the Clover Kingdom border. He would leave, what's it called, the Diamond King border. But of course, Asta appears right in front of him, saying, "Where do you think you're going?" Asta stops the kind of like rider to even go any further. And this is where Asta says, "Where do you think you're going, Magna Senpai? You know, if you keep leaving like that will be rude towards, well, someone who's lower ranked than you, don't you think?" This is where, well, Magna says, "Who are you? Why will you call me Magna Senpai? Who the..." Wait. Asta's smiling for the first time, saying, "Shh, shh, 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 shh. Keep that to yourself. That's a little secret. Don't you think, Magna Senpai?" Magnus looks at Asta with this kind of widened look into his eyes, and this word, well, Asta says, "Say anything to anyone, and I will kill you." Shh, shh, shh. That's the word. Well, Asta disappears from Magnus' view, and Magnus still just rides off with Crazy Rider or whatever the hell it's called. This is where, well, we go into, well, Asta being in, well, a different kingdom this time. He's not in the Clover Kingdom. He's in Heart Kingdom. What's the saying? So this is the Heart Kingdom. So this is where Noel's magic will be at.
Interesting. Well, should I wait for the two months later until the invasion of the devils appear? Or should I attack now? Fuck it. I'll wait. Asta disappears from the what's it called, Heart Kingdom, and appears on top of the moon. And this is where he crossed both of his legs together. It just meditates. Right now, grinning like a madman. But this is where I'm gonna leave it off for the end of part 1. Part 2 will be whenever, but I'm gonna have to upload this tomorrow because, not tomorrow, probably today, but yeah, I don't know when. But other than that, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato soup, potato, and good night. Bye.